Good afternoon to each and everyone, especially to you, Mr. Liman. We are going to tackle about principles of ergoconomics, chapter 4. But first of all, I'm with my co-classmate, Miss Lizelle Calibo, Mr. Mark Manheaven, and Mr. Emil Perez. This content is all about the principles of ergonomics. First is apply the kitchen work triangle principle, find the right equipment, ventilations, and lighting, create enough space to secure smooth workflow, master the art of storing. Principles of ergonomics. So, ergonomics is the study of designing tools, equipments, and environment to fit the capabilities and limitations of the human body. Some principles of ergonomics include the fit. So, fit is to ensure that tools and equipment fit the user's body size, strength, and range of motion to minimize discomfort and fatigue. Next is comfort. Comfort design workspace and equipment to promote comfort during prolonged use, reducing the risk of musculoskeletal disorders. Next is the posture. Postures encourage proper posture to reduce strain in muscles and joints, this including maintaining neutral positions for the spine, wrists, and other body parts. Next is repetition. Minimize repetitive tasks to prevent overuse injuries. When repetitive tasks are necessary, provide adequate breaks and ergonomic equipment to reduce strain. Next is the reach. Reach arrange workspaces so that commonly used items within easy reach, minimizing the need for excessive stretching for or bending. Visibility. Ensure good visibility of work tasks and display to reduce eye strain and fatigue. Adjustability. Provide adjustable furniture and equipment to accommodate a diverse range of users and allow for customizations based on individual preference. Next is environmental factors. So it considers factors such as lighting, noise, and temperature to create a comfortable and productive work environment. Training. Provide training and education to employees on proper ergonomic practices to promote awareness and reduce the risk of injury. Next is the feedback and evaluation. Regularly solicit feedback from users and conduct ergonomic evaluations to identify areas of improvement and ensure that ergonomic principles are effectively implemented. So that are the principles of ergonomics. Next is apply the kitchen work triangle principle. So the kitchen work triangle principle is a design concept that suggests the three main work areas in a kitchen: the sink, the stove, and the refrigerator. It should form a triangle to optimize efficiency and minimize unnecessary movement. When designing or arranging your kitchen, ensure these three areas are positioned in a way that creates an efficient workflow. For instance, avoid placing these areas too far apart or blocking the path between them with obstacles like islands or cabinets. These principles help streamline cooking tasks and enhance overall kitchen functionality. The first one is the sink. Place the sink in close proximity to the stove and refrigerator, allowing for easy access to water and clean up. So, placing the sink in close proximity to the stove and refrigerator allows for easy access to water and clean up. So, this setup facilitates efficient meal preparation as you can easily move between the sink for washing and rinsing, the stove for cooking, and the refrigerator for retrieving ingredients, minimizing unnecessary steps and maximizing workflow efficiency. Next is stove. Position the stove near the sink and refrigerator to facilitate cooking and food preparation. So positioning the stove near the sink and refrigerator facilitates cooking and food preparation by minimizing the distance between the key areas of the kitchen. So this setup allows for easy access to ingredients stored in the refrigerator and simplifies the process of washing and chopping them at the sink before cooking. It optimizing workflow and makes the kitchen more efficient for meal preparation. Next is refrigerator. Ensure the refrigerator is located near the sink and stove, enabling quick access to ingredients while cooking. So ensuring the refrigerator is located near the sink and stove enables quick access to ingredients while cooking, streamlining the meal preparation process. So this setup minimizes the distance travel when retrieving items from the refrigerator, allowing for the efficient cooking without unnecessary interruptions or delays. It enhances workflow in the kitchen and makes cooking more convenient and enjoyable.
Find the right equipment. Ventilation and lighting. There are five main areas of activity in a kitchen to consider: washing, cooking, prepping utensils, and storage. Ease of use is what counts when choosing the correct appliances and installations. Lack of natural light or sunlight lamps in the workplace can cause eye strain and can make staff tired easily. Kitchen light should be about 160 lux. Food preparations, cooking, and washing areas need around 240 lux. Dessert presentations or cake decorations requires 400 to 800 lux. 400 lux is the illuminates equivalent of a sunrise or sunset on a clear day. Adequate ventilations and lighting, including access to the light, are among the basic elements required to ensure the health and well-being of detainees. The windows must be large enough to enable detainees to read or work in natural light. They must allow the entry of fresh air, and adequate ventilation is required at all times. Windows fitted with bars or other security devices should not block the entry of a sufficient amount of air and light. So this is the block diagram of intelligence lighting system. So ventilations and lighting are very important in any room. They help to keep the room bright and free of any harmful bacteria. So ventilations also control the color and humidity, which makes the room fresh. Lighting lessens the strain on a human eyes where focusing on activities like reading, watching televisions, and so on.
Good days, everyone. I'm Marcolis Malangit. I'm going to discuss the context of creating enough space to secure a smooth workflow. So, this is the following principles. Number one, workstation design. The workstation should be designed in a way that provides ample space for the worker to perform their tasks without feeling cramped or restricted. This includes space for equipment, personal items, and room to move or change position. So, example dito is every equipment should have a sapat na space para if mag-move mag-move ka man ng equipment or personal items is madali lang, hindi siya makalat. So number 2, organizational layout of the workplace should be organized in a way that makes sense for the flow of work. This can include positioning equipment and workstation in logical order based on the sequence of tasks. So, this means is, halimbawa yun sa ginawa nating kitchen, magkaiba yung hot kitchen equipment at saka cold equipment. So by that, organize yung mga equipment niya para if may gusto ka mang gawin or dapat kunin is madali na lang sa iyo para sample, halimbawa gagawa ka ng cake. So dun ka sa called kitchen kasi doon naka-organize ng lahat ng gagamitin mo na gamit. So number 3, storage and accessibility. This may items that are used frequently should be easily accessible and stored in a way that's not obstruct the workspace. This can help to prevent unnecessary movements and reducing risk, strain, or injury. So, this means is halimbawa ay nagluluto ka, dapat yung mga gamit is accessible, madali lang siyang kunin at madali lang makikita mo agad yung gamit na gagamitin mo. Hindi ka na mag-hassle na hanapin pa siya kung saan na sa pamagitan nito ma-reduce yung time na ma-reduce yung risk of strain or injury. Hindi ka na mapagod kasi ito na yung mga gamit na organized na malapit lang sa iyo is madali lang siyang kunin is yun. So flexibility. The workspace should be adaptable to accommodate different tasks, change in workflow, or different user. This might involve adjustable furniture or modular components that can be reconfigured as needed. So, these 4 principles are not only applicable to physical or workspaces, but also to virtual ones. Like for example, keeping your computer files well organized can also contribute to a smooth workflow. So, the principle of ergonomics are fundamental guidelines that aim to shape work environments to minimize strain, reduce the risk of injury, and boost productivity. So remember that the goal of ergonomics is not only to create a safe and efficient work environment, but also to enhance comfort and satisfaction, which ultimately leads to increased productivity and well-being. That's all.
Master the art of tidying and storing. Number 1. KonMari method. Marie Kondo's approach to tidying the organization. Marie Kondo approach to tidying and organizing focuses on keeping items that spark joy and creating a clutter-free, harmonious living space. Here are the key principles of the KonMari method. Commitment. Dedicate yourself to tidying process. Set a specific time frame and commit to completing it. Tidying by category. Instead of organizing room by room, Marie Kondo suggests tackling belongings by category. Start with clothing, move to books, papers, miscellaneous items, and sentimental items. Spark joy. Hold each item in your hand and ask yourself if it sparks joy. If it doesn't, thank the item for its service and let it go. Folding techniques. Marie Kondo has specific folding methods for clothes to maximize space and visibility. This
Number 2. Storing. Effective storage is an essential part of maintaining a tidy and organized living space. Consider the following tips. Maximize vertical space. Use shelves, wall-mounted racks, and vertical storage solutions to make the most of your space. Use clear containers. Transparent storage containers allows you to see the contents without opening them, making it easier to find what you need. Labeling. Labeling containers and shelves help maintain order and ensure that you can quickly identify contents. Group similar items. Keep similar items together to create designated spaces for a specific category. Make it easier to locate things. Regular maintenance. Schedule regular tidying sessions to prevent clutter from accumulating again. Take a few minutes each day to put things back in their designated places. Master the art of tidying and storing involves not only the physical act of organizing but also cultivating a mindset that values simplicity, joy, and intentional living. So, in simpler terms, number 1, commit to cleaning up. Decide you're gonna do this and then stick it up. No, never mind, actually, fuck that.